Hello and welcome back to the podcast. You are watching X Factor Kirat. My name is Kirat Rekhi. Welcome to the second episode of X Factor Kirat. So today we would be talking about assets, not the investment assets but our life assets. So there are majorly two biggest assets in our lives. So we would be talking about our first biggest asset in today's podcast. So in today's podcast we would be talking about time. Time is our first biggest asset. Why I'm considering time as a first biggest asset? Because in the teenage or in these period we have the most amount of time and we have most amount of abilities. We do not have money. Yes, we have time and ability. We do not have money. But see, when you will grow to your 20s, 30s, 40s, you will have your abilities and you will have money, but you will not have time. And in your late 60s or in your retirement age, you will have assets, or you can say money, and you will have time, but you will have no abilities. So that's why this is our first biggest asset, time, in our teenage life. So we should always use time as an asset and not as a liability, because in these scenarios, in today's time, in the COVID scenario, we are using time as a liability. We are just killing our time. We are just passing our time towards our unethical work. What do you mean by unethical work? Means I am not focused towards my goals, or I am not focused towards what I am going to do in the future. So this is the first biggest mistake, and that's why it makes time a liability for many teens. You should always think for time as your money. I will give you an example. For example, if you are earning $10 an hour or 100 rupees an hour or 1000 rupees an hour, so an iPhone cost approximately $700. So that is your 70 hours. That iPhone is costing you 17 hours of your life. 70 hours. Yes. And if it's a $200 shoe, it's a 20 hours of your life. If you will use this concept, then you will always work hard, spend less, and work for more time. You will have more money if you will think with this. For example, if you are having a laptop, in 2 to 3 years, you will think that it's a $1,400 or laptop or a $1,500 laptop. That is my 140 hours or 150 hours of my life. For that alone, a piece of laptop. If you will trade your time with money, if you will consider your time with money, then you will only be able to survive in this cruel world. And this is the reality, and I'm telling you the reality. Nothing is sugar coated in our life. Everything is a piece of chili. A piece of chili means always it's bitter. It doesn't, your time doesn't identifies, you don't identify your time at the start of the day. It doesn't matter when you start the day, it matters how you start the day and how you make your day. Okay, so think about another biggest mistake which everyone does. That is investment and compounding. One of the most important concept in teenagers. I will tell you the biggest rule of compounding. You always have heard about compounding in your textbook. You have done calculations in compounding, but you don't know how to use it in real life. Compounding is one of the most important thing for a 20-year-old guy. That is the most important thing. Suppose you are at your 20s, you invest from 20 to age 65 continuously per month. 2000, only 2000 that anybody can invest 2000, and annual return, I am supposing you get 10% in stock market. It's very great return from my perspective, because annual percentage is 14 to 16%. I'm considering it as a 10%. From age 20 to age 65, invest for 45 years, and you would be having 3.5 crores. Yes, 3.5 crore at the age of 65, tax free, everything in your account. Everything, 3.5 crore rupees of that time. I'm considering the rate of inflation also, I'm considering the rate of rupees also. With this 3.5 crore rupee from the age of 20, that is the value of your teenage time. But now suppose if you invest 5,000, you increase the amount to 5,000, to 10,000, or 3 years, 4 years later, maybe 20,000, any amount, the difference will be more. But I am going to give you one shock. But you do the same thing, approximately 5% inflation and 10% return. But you start at the age of 30, you will only get half. Yes, you would be only getting the half of that. 3.5 ka half, that is 1.75 crores. The value of your 10 years, the value of the 10 years, this is the value of time. If you want to consider time as money, this is the value of time. Whenever anybody says time is money, this time is the money. This is considered as your time of investments. If you increase everything, it's increasing. If you increase the money, it's increasing. If you increase the return, it's increasing. If the inflation is increasing, still you are backed by something, that is your time compounding money. That is the value of time. That is the real value of time. So rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. I am considering it as 8 hours a day continuously. They tell you to wake up, they tell you to exercise, but they make money. They make money. You can't wake at 9:30 or 10. They would be making millions out there. They wake up at 6 a.m. They plan their day. They plan their day according to the stock market, I'm saying. They know how to invest. They know what to invest. Till in the 3 hours, they know how to make money for the whole month in a day. They don't sleep 8 hours a day continuously. They take naps in between. You are far asleep and they are making millions. They are making crores. This is the time. You make mistakes and you regret. If you fail in exam, you regret. You 6 months just goes in regret. Your 6 months goes in depression. Don't go in that depression state. Go to that hustle state. Change the hustle. Change the thing you don't like. Change the environment. Change the surroundings around you. Change everything. Take life as a season of web series. I'm considering our teenagers are waking up and just doing their own stuff and just watching some web series and everything. All these people do every day. So that's why I'm considering an example for only teens. Take life as a season of web series, and the climax, the main plot of the web series, the end of the web series is your final goal. That is what you want to become. Plot your episodes. By episodes I mean short term goals to climax. Connect them with the climax. That's your dream. That's your motto of your life. I will give you an example of the most renowned person in today's time, that is Elon Musk. He had the vision, he had the dream to die on Mars. Yes, he had a vision to die on Mars, but the road is hard. He has made a plot of the web series like I will be dying on the Mars. He has plotted all the episodes of short-term goals to be rich here, to be everything. He needs a vision. He has a vision and he is plotting his short-term goals. He's plotting his own episodes of web series. He was at 19, he thought that I would be dying on Mars. For that he needs money, and for that he needs spaceship. He doesn't have anything, but he has ability and he has the time. He made PayPal. But now he had only money and ability, but he don't has time. So he acquired the profits, invested in Tesla and made much profits. Now he has money, now he has everything, but now he just needs a spaceship to go to the Mars. He tells the NASA to just I need a spaceship, and he says okay, it's a ton of money, it's a gazillion of money or a bunch of money. He tells okay, I can't afford that, and nobody can afford a single person cannot afford a spaceship. So he founded SpaceX. He plotted his episodes. He did not finish his dream that okay, I cannot get a spaceship, then okay, then what's the motto of this dream that I want to die? He needs something. He created. That is your time. Create your own time. Nobody has time management. It's a waste of time to be time management. Nobody can manage their times. You have to manage your activities. You cannot make your time effective. You can make your activities effective in your life. Nobody can manage time. Everybody has 24 hours. If you start managing your time, if you have a timetable, everything is just that is a waste of time if you're trying to manage the time. You utilize that time, make it effective, make your activities effective in your life. Do not make time effective. Do not manage time, manage your activities according to your time. And always I would end up with a great thought. Keep the child inside you always alive, because with that you will be always liking the things which you like, and you will not choose what you don't like. And always you will be enthusiastic, always you will be charged up, and always you would be clearer. If you want to learn anything, it's a proverb that you should learn in the early stages of life, because when you grow up you will create a nuisance with your life. That is the time. The teenage is the time. You start learning languages in 2, 3, 4 years. That's why you are very proficient in that language. So create your career in these ages, so that you would be able to be proficient. You would be a great career. You have a great career ahead. So that is it for today's podcast. Thank you for listening. It will be a little bit serious podcast, a 13-minute podcast, because it's one of the most serious topics which should be touched in teen, which is not being touched. That is time and the compounding of the time. So see you guys in the next podcast with the second most important asset in our life. Till then, you're watching X Factor Kirat. My name is Kirat Rekhi, signing out.